Say we're live.
We're live. See you, baby.
Okay. Say night.
Night.
It's always something. Let's see here.
We have audio, she says.
We have audio.
Well, that's good.
How did that happen all of a sudden?
I told you I hit the thing with the stuff.
I don't remember hearing anything about
Audio, she says.
We have audio.
See? I hit the thing with the live. I hit the thing with the stuff and the deal right there, and then boom, we're live.
Well, how come you didn't hit that before?
I did. I told you. I hit the thing, and then I went over here and I hit stuff.
The thing with the stuff, but that doesn't tell me anything about stuff
but it
or
was like
things.
the settings here, and I went to the microphone that had already said it was on, and it worked. I don't know what to tell you, man.
You don't tell me anything, man. You don't anyways.
Here we are. How you guys doing? We're both in Tennessee, both of us. Same ag.
Ag?
Yeah, I don't know. I was going
Like
somewhere.
agriculture?
Same exact location. Right here.
If you couldn't tell, he's not superimposed into my office. Our office?
Yeah. I've taken it over.
A little
as
bit.
an editing
Yeah.
facade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sit up here and edit all day, basically.
Well, yeah. Look, Daddy goes to work. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm still
Paul edits videos.
pleasantly retired.
yeah. I'm still
Mazel
pleasantly
tov.
living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. You know. And realize that it costs a lot of money to run a boat in big water.
Yeah, we did realize that. It's like $50 a day.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably... Okay, so let's do that first. Do we want to go into SPRO yet, or no?
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick. Let's let some people get on, but yeah.
I mean, I would say the biggest... some of the biggest problems... No, not problems. The differences between here and Cali.
Yeah, we would go for 3 days in Cali and never fill it up once. And
Dude,
then,
I filled that boat up probably once every 2 months.
Yeah.
I put gas in that boat.
yeah.
And I went fishing every week.
Well, because it's like up on pad, off pad.
Right.
The biggest run that boat ever made was at Nasi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that here is
And that lake is 5 miles long. That was our first run in the tournament.
dude, that wasn't even getting out of the inlet.
Yeah, 2.5
It wasn't even
miles
getting out of
inlet.
Dayton. From the Dayton boat launch here to the main river, whatever you want to call it, is 2.5 miles.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is wild.
So, I mean, 2.5 miles. I mean that's
bigger than Paris.
It's bigger than Paris. Yeah.
It's probably as big as Diamond Valley.
You know how many times I had to drive in a circle in Paris just to try and break that motor in?
I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy.
Yeah, you could literally yeah. I mean, here you could do it literally in one shot down the lake.
Yes, you could break the motor in for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Like if we had the girls drop us off at the Watts Bar Dam and then drive down to Chickamauga Dam, the boat would be broken in by the time we got there. And they could just pick us up out of the water.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, not quite. This is a couple hours break-in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, but you're also not flat out the whole time, obviously, because you're kind of switching between,
Right.
RPM ranges. So, yeah, it's possible. You could definitely, go all the way, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. We found our first gas pump, on the water.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really been looking for them, but...
Well, no, but I mean, it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, shit. Well, that's good, because we're going to need that.
Yeah, at some point.
I mean, topped it off as about 40 gallons.
I think someone said the gas in the water is cheaper.
It might be because it doesn't have over-the-road tax.
Right.
So, it's the same as, diesel in California if you buy in the harbor or whatever.
Right.
Over the road tax or whatever.
Nasi had gas pumps.
Oh, they did?
At the main marina. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
A lot of those like cottage style lakes where like people live on them and don't ever take their boat off of those lakes have gas pumps because they don't ever
Yeah.
get trailered.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's a
like,
smart move.
A lot of those people that live on like Chickamauga or Nacimiento or Havasu, like they don't. That boat never sees other water.
That's true.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah, if it's in their little deal, yeah. Well, that was the first one I'd seen. Well, no, that's not true because I think Blue Water has fuel too, if I'm not mistaken. So, but we haven't gone down south, so like far enough down south. Like
We were about 12 miles south.
yeah. So today we made a run. It was 18 miles north, which was I think we're about 5 miles from
The dam.
the Watts Bar Dam. Yeah,
You think it was
I'm not
5?
mistaken. 4 or 5.
I think it was probably 4. 3 or 4.
Well, we're gonna find out tomorrow probably.
Yeah, because I'm making a run back to that rock pile for sure.
Yeah.
That one rock pile.
That worked out great.
Oh, yeah.
So Cody found this rock pile. Well,
From fucking 700 yards.
he found. Well, so he drive on their way to work every day. They drive over the 30, and that goes over Chickamauga. So there
What
was
does that say?
riprap.
Hi, guys. What's up, homie? Oh, it's Cassidy.
No, it doesn't. Oh, it is. What's up, Cassidy? What's going on?
CPR, like resuscitation.
Something like that.
What's up, girl?
We need some of that.
Triggered OG.
Yeah, man.
Spicy teriyaki.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I every day I drive to work and drive home to work. I got to drive over Chickamauga on the 30. Oh, that's your initials?
It's
I thought it was like a
it's-
nurse thing.
It's also CPR.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
What does it say? What does it stand for? Something pulmonary resuscitation? I don't remember, man.
She's a
I'm
nurse.
certified, but I tell everybody at work, you know, it's funny, like everybody at work now, they're like if everybody has a heart attack, Cody's CPR certified. I'm like, I'm 0 for 2, man. You don't want that at all.
Literally.
Yeah.
He's batting 0.
Cheers.
You are defeated.
Do you know how much money I've saved the people of California?
I mean, it's a bunch.
They owe me money.
Yeah, that's like 70 grand a year
Yeah.
per person.
And it's been like 3 years now.
Yeah. You're never getting that money.
Nope.
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't get money taken away.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, so Cody's 0 for 2 in life saving.
In life lost.
Yeah, in life saving deals, so that's not good.
I mean, look.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it worked. I'm sure it did, Ray.
We'll look at it later, buddy. But yeah.
We should do that real quick before we go into our fishing. Guys, we're giving away. We should do that. We're
Yeah.
giving away. Look, the tournament we fished was SPRO only, and SPRO hooked us up with like. We won a raffle, to be honest.
Yeah. But we wanted to give it to you guys.
I mean,
why
I
not?
don't
Pay it
know.
forward.
If I had to guess,
It's got to be 150.
I was just going to say probably close to 200 because there's a scale in here too.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty cool scale because it's got an actual clip. It's not like a hook.
Yeah.
And
A bunch of soft plastics.
A bunch of soft plastics.
Jerk bait,
They're walking
wake
baits.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 jerk baits.
I think it was just one jerk bait, but it's got
wake bait.
But there's that one wake bait. Looks like
Frog.
Yeah.
I'm going to dump it all out later and show you guys. But I mean, this is a bunch of tackle. And you get the sweet bag too. And there's some stickers.
All you got to do is go to our website. It's right down here. Right down. It's so hard to do this.
I know.
It's right here.
Like a bunch of idiots.
So just go to our website, ditchpanda.com, and go down to the bottom. There's a email you can put in, and that registers you. It's that simple. We should probably have you guys subscribe to the channel, but hopefully you already are anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to be cool and subscribe, that'd be dope. But
That'd
I mean,
be rad.
you
We're
really
not
don't
gonna,
have to.
We're not going to make it a deal, but
Yeah.
do it anyway. Be assholes.
It's easy for us to do a random generator when all we have is emails, and that's an easy way to pay.
Yeah, it's a super easy way to pay.
Yeah, but it's a lot of tackle. It's a lot of good tackle. There's stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. So go sign up for it. And it's like $200 free tackle.
And
Great.
you're also going to get like updates on the website as we put stuff up. So we've got
Apparel.
hats, we've got toboggans. That's beanies
that's
for anybody.
South
that's
for beanies.
Yeah, toboggan. Also, you can ride on them.
Yeah.
Those are also toboggans.
Yeah.
And then shirts, hoodies, stuff like
whole
that.
nine.
We're going to have all kinds of stuff on the website. So
Yep.
we're rolling it out little by little. We got like 3 or 4 t-shirt designs. We're getting crazy.
Yeah, dope ones too. Not stupid
Yeah, they are
ones.
pretty cool.
So, back to the story.
Yep.
So I drove over Chickamauga every day to go to work, obviously, even though I live 400 yards from it. But on the way home, I come across from the east side to the west side. Holla at it, west side. And I noticed, like, I don't know, stretch of like probably 400 yards, 500 yards.
Yeah.
Of
I would say,
riprap.
yeah, I would say 500 yards of riprap.
Yeah, a riprap. And it's only on one side. It's not on the other side. And it's in that one section. So I told Paul it looked like probably a good place to do some old casting.
It starts literally on the north side of the 30.
Literally exactly on the north side of the 30.
So that's where we got to eventually after 2 hours of fog delay.
True that.
2 hours fog. Lots of fog here, especially this time of year, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that for sure because
It's
I've only been
crazy.
here for a month.
Lots of fog.
Not even a month.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So we kind of had to putt for a little while because I'm too much of a bitch to drive through fog. I ain't doing it. That's messed up, dude.
It's not just regular fog, though. It's
No,
like,
it's like 20 feet. You can see.
I don't
the
think it's
bow.
not even that far.
Yeah.
You can see barely past the bow.
That is some sketchy shit in a boat without radar.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't have radar on these boats. These boats obviously don't have radar. You know, for anybody that fishes ocean, you know, almost every boat has radar.
Right.
But which makes it extremely easy to navigate at night. Obviously, also in fog, shitty conditions, whatever. You've always got radar going. You can always see pings. It's like you're not doing that here, obviously.
Well, here's the deal. Like, if you knew that everybody was smart enough to not fish in the middle of the channel, you could just bomb it.
But also, you got to think about So that's one. Okay. The other thing is like. There's no set side to be on. I mean, yeah, you should be going if you're going, you know, should be
on the right
side.
Yeah.
You should be if you're going, yeah. But that, you know, lanes, whatever, it's whatever. Especially here, if you go out of the lane, you're in a foot of water sometimes. Like it's very interesting. So point is like you really have to be careful. And
yeah, I mean, you're driving by graph. There's no driving by sight.
Right.
I mean, you can in certain spots where you have like 70 yards of channel that's totally deep enough.
Yeah, well, if you're going north, like if you go north of Dayton, like if you go north on the river, there's a lot more. The channel is wider for depth. Otherwise, if you're going south, the channel is in the middle, not always, but and on either side of it, even though you've got literally hundreds of yards of water, it's in a foot.
Yeah. And like another thing, like people don't know, like Chickamauga's going into winter pool, and we're almost all the way to the maximum lowness level, elevation, low elevation, maximum low elevation. They drain it every winter. And like right now it's probably about 6 feet. I don't know, 6 vertical feet.
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out. I mean, you can go. You have an app. You can go. TVA has an app, and that I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. But like just to get so that's what we're talking about. Like in that sense, like you can't even put the boat on like if you're talking about looking at Chickamauga and fishing the river, the main river, like you can't even put the boat in 40% of it because it's just not deep enough. Because we're at winter pool right now. Almost all the way down to winter pool, but getting there. So it's different. It's been a learning. Whoa. It's been a learning curve fishing Chickamauga for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. I mean,
what's funny, I think I learned today, like learning that wasn't hard because it was like you just got to take a little more time to be like, can we put the boat there right now? Right. And so you can see it on the graph pretty well most of the time. So it's like that didn't take much to learn from. It's like I had already known by fishing in Tennessee and a couple other lakes, like you got to just follow the channel because of that. But the hardest thing in the learning curve and here fishing river systems, especially this one, is that current. It is.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It is so much different.
Big. Yeah.
Like fishing stagnant water. Like, I mean, stagnant is the fact like the only thing that moves it is wind.
Right.
Is totally different.
Yeah, it's interesting. Something that we are just not used to at all.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, like you guys go, like if you go to like skip under a dock, like you skip under a dock on 10 feet to the left of a dock pylon, by the time you're ready to start reeling, your bait is wrapped around that first pylon because the current has taken it that far. And obviously they're pulling more some days and they were pulling a lot today for sure.
It was moving. 2+ generators, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
They said
it was rolling.
But it's all new, man. It's all new to us. Like every part of this is like brand new. So, and you have no idea what running current's like until you're in it, and you realize like how much you have to, like, positioning of a boat.
It makes total sense now why these guys out here aren't throwing a lot of like light finesse bottom contact baits.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're, it's crazy
because you just like if you guys watch our videos, you know, like me and Paul will always pick up a drop shot if the bite gets tough, or even like for us, like to find the contour of the bottom, like really what we're dealing with, and to see if we can get fish to fire. Like we pull up with a active target, like I can throw a drop shot, and 9 times out of 10 I can get bass that don't want to bite, right? I mean, we can just. That's how we know if they're gonna eat. Yeah, like we use that bait as like
it's like is that a bass?
It's like an information bait for us, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we use it so much. But it's like here, like you don't have to move that thing at all. Like you just got to work you just give the worm a shake or whatever bait's on it because the current is moving it for you. Like you just let the current move it.
Right.
You cover so much water, not even moving the rod.
It's a weird thing, man.
It is.
Super weird thing. I think there's been a few things that have tripped me out, like that I've never encountered, ever. Mm-hmm. One is just the sheer amount of water. And the fact that getting from our main launch ramp to the main river / lake is as far as it is to go all the way across Paris or halfway across Diamond Valley in California.
Yeah.
And then today we made an 18-mile run north.
Yeah.
Farthest point went was 18 miles. And like I think we went about 45 miles today total, something like that.
Yeah. 45, 46.
45, 46. We're at half a tank. We were full tank this morning.
Yeah.
We're half tank now. It took me like the better part of 2 months to get to the point where I wanted to put fuel in that thing in California.
Right. I remember.
Again, I was out every week.
I remember watching an MLF or an Elite Series a few years ago, probably 4 years ago now. And someone said they were going to make a 72-mile run on Chickamauga. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they had to get gas on the water because they wouldn't make it back.
Right. Yeah.
What?
Our tank is...
It's like an hour. That's an hour and a half.
39 gallons, 40 gallons, something like that. I think the big tank... I was going to look that up, but on the new boat, I think it's 58.
Yeah, that's a lot of gas. That's a lot of gases.
Yes.
Ray, we are going to get to that. Don't you worry.
Yeah. We'll get to it here real quick, but I promise. I was going to look that up, but I guess I don't really need to.
Anyways, yeah, it's just totally different here. You know, another thing before we get back to that rock pile and then we get to the tournament. Another thing, remember at one point today, towards the end of the day, I said, why is this lipless running so weird?
Yeah. Current.
Do you know why it is doing that? So, like, when you're on a regular lake, you can be parallel to the bank and throw straight at the bank and reel straight at you, right?
Right.
Do it all the time. That's how you fish laydowns when you're fishing like a spinnerbait around laydowns. Well, when you have a crankbait here, especially one without a bill, like a lipless, obviously, the current is so strong that it turns your bait like this, and it starts going crazy because you can't bring it across current when it's that strong. So that That's different.
Yeah, I was throwing chatterbait, half-ounce chatterbait,
Yeah.
and I was still getting, it was still moving 6 feet
Oh yeah.
at least. So yeah, man. I mean, current's a big one. So boat position's huge.
Huge.
Getting in eddies is awesome. That's where a lot of the fish are. You know, especially when the current's ripping.
Right.
You know, you got to find those spots. So anything will create that's in the water, stable, solid. So yeah, man, that was crazy. I mean, again, like today, I caught my PB smallmouth.
Yeah, well, that goes back to that rock pile. So we pulled up past the 30 to that riprap that I had seen. And not long after we got on that riprap, we found a rock pile that came out probably, I don't know, 40 feet.
Yeah, I pulled the jerkbait out as first cast.
Yeah, first cast on the jerkbait.
There was 3 fish that followed it, and this one ate it.
A 4-pound smallmouth.
4-pound smallmouth. We say in the video, it's like that has to be close to 6.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to go all of 5.
Really long. Surprising.
Well, in smallmouth, like, they're just so much denser.
Yeah.
So, like, when I see a smallmouth and I think the weight it is, I always add a pound.
Yeah. Yeah.
For that big. Like,
have we caught a largemouth yet?
No. We fished Chickamauga 3 times and haven't caught a largemouth.
It's so funny.
Lots of spots. All spots in one smallmouth.
You caught a massive spot today, I thought.
On that same rock pile.
That's the biggest
right
spot.
after I netted his fish, he took it out of the net. It took him 15 minutes because he was in awe. I was about ready to tell him, you think this thing out of the fucking net? I'm tired of holding it.
It was like 10, but whatever.
He was just staring at it. I thought he was going to buy it a dress.
It was 7. Bringing that thing to prom?
Yeah. I literally he took the net and I made a cast and then I caught one. And that was my PB spot. I mean, to be honest here.
It was over 2 pounds. For
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I don't know why we didn't put that on the scale, but that just goes to show like the diversity in this lake is ridiculous. It's amazing to like be on this lake, and I still haven't caught a largemouth. I'm not bummed about it. I caught an awesome smallmouth.
Yeah.
Caught a bunch of spots.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're not fishing in thin enough water for largemouth. That's why.
no, yeah, I agree.
There's a reason why all those big smallmouth in tournaments, those guys are like flipping into 8 inches of water, and you're like, "There's no fish there." Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Big ones.
yeah. We saw some good spot. Like at the end of the day, we found some spots that we thought would be good.
There was big largemouth in there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we could see them on the graph.
Right, but they just wouldn't. They just wouldn't eat. We're throwing
Everything.
We're throwing frog. Well, we started throwing frogs because there was actually some decent grass left. It was still green,
Like good grass. Yeah, it was good.
But
I mean, those fish that were chasing bait onto the top of the water and coming full air jaws. I mean, the last one I saw was a bass because I saw it.
yeah,
And I didn't get a good. I saw the belly, but I would say it was probably 23 inches long. It had to be.
yeah,
It was huge.
4.5.
Oh,
5,
at least.
easily. It was feeding. I mean, these things are feeding right now.
Heavily.
Yeah. Let's get into the SPRO tournament.
Let's do it.
Man. So a week after I got here, me and Jess got here.
They got here on a Friday.
Yeah.
On Sunday, we signed up to fish a tournament on Chickamauga the following Saturday.
So SPRO has an all SPRO baits tournament series kind of. It's like open.
Yeah, and it used to just be SPRO frog. It used to be frog only. I think they're changing that because they're releasing a lot of new baits. They have new lines of baits, so I think they're trying to get people fishing all their stuff instead of just the frog. It's cool. I mean, it's definitely a cool way. They do it right. I mean, you go there,
Man.
like you sign up. It's not expensive. It was $125 for me and Paul to fish this team tournament.
Right.
You pull up, you go to register. They check you in. They give you a pack of baits. Like there was probably like 4 or 5 baits, 6 baits in there.
Yeah.
Like some stickers. Then they gave us sun hoodies, like sun hoodie shirts.
Yep.
And gaiters. Like, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, they go all out.
Yeah. And then at the weigh-in, after they do a raffle, like when you get your boat number, they give you like 8 raffle tickets or whatever it was. And then after the weigh-in, they do a raffle, and they had this whole table was like stacked like this high with stuff they were gonna give away. I mean, basically, if you hung around for the weigh-in, you got something. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like between the baits they gave, all the stuff they gave us before, and definitely the stuff we won on the raffle, which we're giving all this away except for the shirts. We're keeping the shirts.
Yeah.
Over $125 retail.
Oh, they doubled it for sure. Those shirts are expensive.
Yeah.
Just the shirts alone.
So there was 61 boats in the tournament, and only 25 boats weighed fish.
Yeah, like almost 40 people got skunked. 40 teams got skunked.
Or just decided not to weigh whatever fish they had, because they didn't have to weigh. They could have just tossed them if they thought there was only.
Right. Yeah.
So 4.5 pounds and up, basically.
4.66
was in the money.
Yeah.
We had 1.8.
1.88. We almost had
fish.
2 fish for 1.88 pounds.
Friday.
Both spots.
Friday we drove around. When someone says fish a SPRO tournament, we rigged like 6 frogs.
Let's preface this a little bit here. We found the SPRO tournament.
Yeah.
We signed up for it. We immediately, for some reason, are bombarded with, because we follow a couple fishing groups on Facebook. We're immediately bombarded with people who are like, the frog bite is off the chain right now. Yeah. I mean, they're like, on command, you can get a frog fish. And we're like, we got a SPRO tournament coming up. Best frog is a freaking SPRO Bronzeye 65. Like Dean Rojas, the king.
In.
I mean... I'll run a frog all day till my damn arm falls off.
Yeah. So Friday we went
looking for mats,
and all we did was run around and check mats.
Yeah. Today was the first time we found an active mat.
Yeah. So we went south. We didn't go north of the Dayton boat ramp at all for either the pre-fish or the tournament.
Yeah.
And we found mats. So did everybody else. Same basic mats.
Yeah.
Didn't catch a fish. That was the first time ever that we've been skunked.
Ever.
On
Fishing
the water together. Was that Friday.
Yep.
So, all right, well. I guess we're not fishing mats. Or I guess we're not fishing. So, but we really didn't have much else to go off.
But I mean, it was like, we threw a frog for a long time. Then we threw other topwater. We threw topwater in between in the clear spots while we were throwing a frog.
Yeah.
They're like spook style bait, the SPRO.
Right.
And we threw, then after we fished mats for a while and figured out that it wasn't really working that well, we kind of moved to some like rocky bank, like some bluff wall kind of deal. Yeah. And we threw, well,
they have like some... we did drop shot with some of their drop shot bait.
Yeah, tried to pick something off of that. Got nothing.
Obviously, I throw a lot of the SPRO Little John crankbaits. So I throw that. Lipless, obviously their ricochet's awesome. Mm-hmm. So throw a lot of lipless. We're just trying to
find something.
Find some sort of... get some sort of idea.
Just some feedback.
Any feedback we could get, which I guess we got it because we didn't get any feedback.
I mean, the last 5 minutes of the day, we had a bass blow up on topwater.
That's true.
A spook, but it was about 4 inches long, and he missed it completely. So
right. If you guys watch that video, it certainly could have been a threadfin.
100%.
Those threadfin are huge. It's that shit blows me away too. That's another big difference between here and everywhere else I've ever fished.
Yeah, the biggest shad in California you can hold in your hand.
Yeah,
in the palm of your hand.
Threadfin are the size of like the schooler bass in Paris.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like legitimately like almost 1 pound threadfin.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's unbelievable.
I mean, you're talking this long.
It's crazy to watch them in the
threadfin that will meet like keep requirements for spots.
Yeah, we alluded to it in the tournament or the day before. So like the tournament, we went to the same places and then we expanded. We tried really hard to. Ethan, I made
What's up, dog?
What's up, dude?
I haven't met Ethan yet.
Nah, you will.
Took my best friend away from me, Ethan. You know that? I'm just kidding, homie.
Don't be an asshole.
I'm not an asshole.
Ethan's the one that worked on our boat.
I am aware. Everybody else knows Ethan worked on our boat.
Ethan from Hennessy. outdoor electronics here in Dayton, Tennessee.
Great work.
Man.
Ethan, I haven't talked to you yet, but it was amazing. I love everything you did. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
I can't wait to see what you guys do with the new boat.
Yeah.
Because I've got some ideas.
Yeah. So we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But so for the tournament, we went back to where we saw the most activity, Ray, to kind of like answer your question.
Right.
On Friday, we found riprap. We didn't fish it, but we said, we're going to go check that shit out.
Yeah.
And then, so the problem was on Saturday, we went farther south. So we started hitting boat docks. The first boat dock that we went to.
Let's start from the beginning here.
Hold on.
Saturday, like idiots. He's a handful, man. I'm going to let you know.
I already like this dude a bunch.
He's a handful. We started off like getting that blow up on the spook. We thought maybe if we get there early enough, we can fish the outside of those mats with some type of walking bait.
Yeah,
SPRO's walking bait.
Right.
And generate some bites. That wasn't the case. And we did that all the way down probably like a 500, 600 yard. Oh, more far than that.
Well, that whole mat past the 30.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, the 60. But it's big. And it drops off to the main channel. So it's like a pretty good spot for bass to be, I would think. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That did not work. So we got an idea to throw one of their, what it is, it's a drop shot bait, but we put it on a darter head because
it's almost like they have two that are the same, and they're both in this pack.
Yeah.
It's like one is like almost like a grub that's not curly tail.
Yeah, and the other one has a split tail.
And the one's like a split tail grub.
Right.
Like a spinnerbait trailer almost.
It's a really bitchin' bait, and it is squared off kind of like it would be a good drop shot bait because it's perfect for like a finesse drop shot.
But the only way to fish
or
that
even a Ned rig
would be either on a drop shot or you had to throw it on like some type of jig head. So we went to a fucking darter head.
Had to, because in the tournament, like the tournament rules said that you couldn't run it on, you couldn't use it as a trailer. So that's fine.
So you could run it on a jig head.
Yeah, jig head, darter head, swim bait head, whatever you want to call it. So I tied one on, and we started running docks. Well, like the second dock, I got bit immediately. Like
keeper
came off at the boat, threw back, got bit again. Couldn't. I don't know why it didn't.
He didn't commit. He was smaller. And like then, I got bit like in the same time period cast. Yeah. And we boated that one, and I was
the first keeper of the day.
I was the first keeper of the day. So like barely made a pound.
If you tell us by giving us that kind of feedback that there are bass that are on docks, we aren't doing anything else for the rest of the day. We are going to die on that fucking sword.
Yeah.
Flat out.
I'll run into that sword 400 times.
So that's what we did. Basically.
For the next like 6 hours, we fished docks.
And it was main lake docks.
Yeah.
That we found out real quick.
Yeah.
And you even switched to basically throwing one of their longer.
They have like a straight tail worm, like a kind of like a Senko, but it's got a little rat tail on the end of it.
So he used it as a Senko, basically.
A wacky worm, yeah.
Rigged it with a wacky rig. And caught like over a dozen fish.
Yeah.
The problem was like all of them were small.
None of them made length.
One of them
from that Senko made length.
Right.
And I mean, like I had to blow in his mouth to get his tail to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah. Easy.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. No lead.
No lead.
No
lead.
There was a no lead tournament either. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, and like so. With about 40 minutes left, I go, bro, we should have hit that riprap.
Wasn't it 40 minutes, dude?
Probably half hour, yeah.
We were all the way we were at like 12 miles south, and that from where we needed to be at the weigh-in, and that riprap is about
halfway, right?
4 miles south, because we made that run today, and it was 4 extra miles.
That's right. So it was 4 miles.
So we had
south.
8 miles to go, and I think we probably had a half hour to do it.
Yeah, so we rip up to that as fast as we could, you know.
With 2 fat guys in a boat.
Yeah. And And for me, that's jerkbait territory.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to throw jerkbait.
he threw jerkbait. I picked up a lipless. We had at that point we needed to leave that spot in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we had about 15 minutes. And I mean, maybe
I think you hooked up with 5 or 6 fish.
5 or 6 and a dozen casts.
Yeah, like literally, like in that 15 minutes, he hooked up with 6 fish on the jerkbait easily.
100 yards.
It might have been more.
Not even a 100-yard stretch.
No, yeah,
Probably. And I mean, if you guys watch the channel or whatever, know us, I mean, if I can run a jerkbait, I will get fish to bite. Just how I feel, right? I'm super, super, super confident. And it was just one after the other, after the other, after the other.
Yeah, it was probably more than. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably more like 8.
Problem was, half of them came off.
Half of them came off. Half of them didn't keep.
And half of them
And one we lost at the boat that would have kept.
Right. We would have.
Because we saw it. It was at the boat.
Yeah, it was good fish. Well, good for.
That being said, nothing against SPRO, but when you get this bait, if you win them, you should change the hooks out.
Change the hooks. I change all. I mean, you guys know that too. If you know us at all, I change all my hooks on all my jerkbaits, even my Vision 110s. I don't care. It's just like $25 bait. I'm still changing them.
You can take them out and run them on a crankbait.
Yeah. Anyway, we didn't have enough time. We had to go, and we kick ourselves now because I was thinking about that riprap.
Never said a word.
And I didn't say anything because we were just, we were doing what we were doing.
In his defense,
and
we were getting bit
yeah.
fishing docks.
We're getting bit. It was just
in our minds. It was like
bites.
In our minds, it was like it's only a matter of time before we get keepers.
We kind of just I mean, you figure eventually if you're playing running numbers something game. Like that, you're gonna eventually
statistically
you're gonna get at least one. And for us, we knew that every keeper. We felt like every keeper was super big time for this tournament.
It was super important for that tournament because we had a rough day Friday, as we already said. But that being said, we were like, well, this is literally our first time on Chickamauga, so it's like, we don't know. Like, I not to toot our own homes, but I feel like we're pretty good bass fishermen, and like, so I didn't really know how to judge that. So we got back to the ramp, and there was a bunch of people talking. And let me tell you guys, this is an inside scoop. If you want to know how the other people did in the tournament pre-fishing, send your wives to the ramp. Dude, because those dudes, they spilled their guts so fast. It was just like a hey, and they were like, we didn't catch anything. They would have told them, they would have given them a waypoint if they would have asked.
Oh man, it was crazy. It was.
So that being said, we had inside information. No one got on fish Friday, so we were like. That being said,
not
nobody.
The people we talked to didn't get on fish.
Right. So that being said, Saturday we were like, if we can get 5 barely keepers on the boat, we're probably in okay shape.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Chickamauga. I said it in that video that we put up last week. Somebody's going to catch them.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to catch a big one. That's just the deal. It's part of the deal with Chick.
In any tournament, when the bite is bad, and you know it's bad for most people, and you can get your 5 fish, and like, if we get 5 fish, we're going to cut a check, or at least get our money back for the tournament.
Right.
But somebody is always going to have a good bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was... Out of the 61 boats, there was 4 teams that got a limit.
Yeah.
4. And the rest were 3s, 4s, and 2s.
Yeah.
1. I mean, a couple guys, one big fish of the tournament was over 7.
And he had 1 fish that day. It was the only fish he caught.
No, that was the dude that had the one for like 6'8". He had second big fish. It was like 6'5" or 6'8", something like that. He was the only fish.
I saw the 7. Did you see the 7? I think you were letting our fish go. I saw the 7.
Pretty nice fish.
A beautiful fish.
Yeah, it's fucking rad, man. Dude, it was so fun to get into competition right away because
frog too.
Man, of course you did. That's good. Well, and you know what? The big bites are coming on frogs. Still, right now, the big bites are coming on frogs.
That's the rumor.
We're just not super interested in trying to run to just catch big fish right now. Like, well, I'm never really in that mood. Like, I'm down, but
I would have more fun on a day of bass fishing if I caught. I think one of the funnest days we've ever had bass fishing was some of those times on Nassau where we caught 7,500 fish a day.
Yeah.
And 75% of them were a pound.
Right.
But that's the funnest time I've ever had.
So fun.
If you would have told us, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather catch 50 fish that are all 1 pound or catch one fish that's 8? I would say I will take the 50 fish that are all 1 pound.
All day. I mean, that fish I caught at Paris, 7 something, 7.2, 7.3, something like that. Amazing.
Yeah.
PB. But I will catch 1 and 2 pounders all day. And you can't tell me, I'm sorry, man. No one is going to be able to argue that is less fun than catching one big fish.
Yeah. No,
I get the, look, awesome, man.
Toad, what's up, dog?
He's asking, how did we do?
Well, we're getting to that.
We're getting there.
You're late to the party, Toad.
But, yeah, you know what? I mean, I respect everybody that goes out there just to go fish. Whether you're going for monsters or whether you're going for mass, doesn't matter to me. But we personally have way more fun going and catching a bunch of fish because it's just fun.
100%.
I mean, you know, and then you're trying to put a puzzle together.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can duplicate it, that's the point. Duplication.
Yeah.
Right? So, Old Toad, we ended up in 24th.
24th out of 61.
Yeah. So, 2 fish for under 2 pounds. That's how we roll.
And if the big guy over here would have boated the 2 fish he lost, we probably would have been in the money.
Yeah, probably. I didn't fish a very clean tournament. It was a bunch of fish came unbuttoned on my end. It was crazy. I don't think I've ever had. I can tell you right now, as far as tournament goes, for sure that's the worst tournament I've been in terms of getting fish to the boat.
You know, emotions were high. I mean, I'm being real here. I'm trying to open up my heart to you.
Okay.
Like, me and Paul have been separated for a year. Like, me and this dude fucking, like, brush our teeth together, it used to be.
No, I didn't.
Yes, we did.
At work, in prison.
Yeah, in prison. So it's like, we were together, like, you know, like, we were separated for a year. Didn't get to fish it all together. Then, like, just, like, bam, one day it's like, boom, he's here. And it's like, boom, we're fishing a tournament on, like, one of the lakes that was on our bucket list. And it was like, you know, like, emotions were high.
Yeah.
Nerves were high.
I was nervous as shit, which was hilarious because I fished my share of tournaments, but, like, Chickamauga, dude. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
First of all, I've never fished in a tournament. I haven't had an opportunity to fish in a tournament with that many boats. I mean, the tournaments I fished in California, the most we ever fished in was 28, I think, something like that.
There was 31 in the Diamond Valley when we fished.
Okay, that one. Fine.
Yeah,
we got 7th in that one. That was awesome.
That was great.
We caught a lot of big fish, too.
Yeah, we did.
The one I was going to fish at Shasta, that MLF event, I would have had I think it had, when they finally fished it, 100 and maybe 118, something like that. That would have been the biggest.
The Gunnersville SPRO tournament they fished like a week before had 125 boats in it. Thanks to Broken the Panda Juice and the baits of Paris yesterday. It's starting to pick up here. Look at you go.
Nice.
Hey, did you catch anything on the Panda Juice color? And if so, which baits was it?
Yeah, you better send some pics, too.
Absolutely. Put them on the Instagram.
Absolutely. That would be sweet. That's good. It's starting to pick up because it was, it's been, but you know what?
It's been hottest there.
Yeah. It was it's been up and down here too. People are catching them. I mean, we see it every day. But.
We should probably explain why the bite shut down so fast that week too. So leading up to that tournament, like the week, basically the Saturday before to the Saturday of the tournament, like it was beautiful, man. I mean, like we were coming out of summer into fall and we were having like 75-degree days pretty consistently with like mid to low 50s at night. So like pretty consistent, good water temperature for them to start their fall feed. And then like 3 days leading up to the tournament, it got down into like the low 30s, like 30. And the days were like staying pegged in the 50s. So those, I mean, I'm no biologist or anything, but I think those fish just shut down.
Yeah, I mean, well, fish we were going after, you know. Yeah. No, and what I mean by that is like we're primarily fishing for largemouth. So, but we ended up only bringing 2 spots, and the guy when I went up and weighed them, he's like, "You guys are only the second boat that brought spots in." I'm like, "What the hell is everybody catching?" Obviously, they were catching
largemouth, because he said there was one smallmouth weight in the whole tournament too. That dude, that younger kid. I mean, I say he was a younger kid. He was probably like in his mid-20s or so. He was the one that he was saying, he's like, I went for spots. He was the other guy that got spots. He weighed 4 spots.
Nice.
He's like, I went for spots.
See, we don't even know, like to this point, we really don't have any idea where all those kind of like locations are.
Yeah, like
for different
like
fish.
the gangland.
Yeah, where like the spots are generally hanging out. I mean, we got more clues in today as to all that stuff.
Yeah,
obviously.
You know, we're in the
except for the end when we.
That's true.
When we caught like all spots on that riprap in the tournament.
True.
They were all small, but.
I kind of forgot what I was going to say. I've never been to Chick, so when you say Main Lake Dock, how deep is the water? That's funny you should ask. I was literally just going to get into this. Ray, that's a great question, my man. So, like, what I was just going to say, Ray, was we're still, like, got a California lake mindset when it's like we pull up somewhere and it's like we want to be in, like, 8 to 15 feet of water, like, at all times. Like, like that's just our mind. I know it is because me and Paul look and we're like, how deep is it? And he's like 8 feet. I'm like, perfect.
Right.
That's why we haven't caught a largemouth yet. Not that they're not there, but those spots are going to be dominated by spots and smallmouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those largemouths here are Florida strain. They're going to want to be in, you know, a few feet of water.
Right.
I believe.
I mean, you have a good point. And again, like something that I'm not really thinking about yet.
Yeah.
You know? Not like, that I'm not thinking about it.
I never really took any of that seriously when they said you cannot fish shallow enough for largemouth, because that was never the case in California. If there wasn't at least 5 feet of water under a dock, you weren't catching largemouth.
Well, in a dock situation, yeah. Sure.
So let's get back to Ray's question about the dock situation.
Yeah.
Main Lake docks here, I mean, Main River docks. I mean, we're seeing probably the deepest one we saw was in like 15 feet. Right now at Winter Pool. And then all the way up to nothing. I mean, there's a lot of docks out of the water.
Yeah, so depending on where the dock is. Okay, so he said Main Lake,
Main
right?
Lake, yeah.
So yeah, Main Lake, your docks are probably at full pool, you're probably at about 20.
Yeah.
And right now, well, maybe not even 20.
I would say the deepest docks at full pool that we have seen so far will probably be about at 18 feet.
Yeah, probably somewhere in there. Ethan might be a better.
Yeah, he probably is.
Probably.
I mean, just from what we've seen, obviously we haven't seen that much.
Yeah.
But the docks that we've seen.
And the ones we were trying, you know, once you started getting into some arms and stuff like that, some little stuff like that, or off the Main Lake, then, I mean, you're talking inches, and some of them, we're out of the water.
I mean, during that tournament, though, like, we caught a lot of fish on our docks that day that didn't weigh, right? Didn't make length. But they were all coming in like 8 to 10 feet of water dock. Like a dock in 8 to 10 feet of water.
Yeah.
So there's that. What do we got going here? The drop shot bait and the skinny shad were the ticket.
Yeah.
The drop shot, the money shot?
The money shot's the best.
Yeah, it's a dope bait. Skinny shad, yeah, it's a great trailer. It's a great run on underspin. What do you say? He doesn't know. Winky face. Yeah. Good job, man.
That's what I would say, too.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah,
no, we have such a limited
knowledge
base of knowledge here. But I like that in a sense because you can look at it from like completely open-minded and just kind of like run. See, what we decided to do on tournament day to kind of like bookend that whole deal was run confidence. We ran confidence. That's what we ran. When we figured out the frog bite probably wasn't going to be the deal, we kind of went to the shore.
Yeah, we just like,
and
we
like,
retreated.
Right, yeah, look for rocks, look for docks. Well, guess what? The dock bite paid off in our opinion. So let's go try and find as many docks as we can find. Throw as much as we can on them and see what we can come up with. And with the riprap, I'm bringing jerkbait out 10 times out of 10 times.
Yeah.
and I can probably make that work. And I did, but we just didn't. So, looking back, wish we would have had a couple hours on that rip route.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we would have done that when we decided the mats weren't going to work.
But
because then we would have keyed into all the riprap.
The other problem is that we really only knew about that. Like, that was it.
Yeah, it would have been
There
like
isn't another spot.
we make a blind run.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't till today that we ran north of Dayton and saw anything at all. So this is really only the second time that we've really ventured really, to go find stuff. Tomorrow we're going to put in way up.
Yeah.
We're trying more of that. I wish we would have, but it is what it is, man. It's first tournament. It was fun as hell. Mm-hmm. It was great to get into competition. And it was funny because you were talking to a dude at weigh-in. Saturday.
Yeah, the weigh-in,
that Friday
he could catch frogfish on command.
At will on command.
And he couldn't buy a frogfish bite on Saturday.
I'm so glad in retrospect that we didn't catch fish on that same way, because we would have never left the mat on Saturday. Would have never. No. Not until real late, and then we would have been throwing, we would have been Kobe.
Yeah, then we would have gone to a dock and found a dock bite and been real pissed off still.
Right. So, or riprap, whatever. I mean, it's just like without enough time to make it happen. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I think all in all, I mean, taking this lake in like chunks, which is what we talked about again in that video last week, was you have to make these lakes small. The way you do that is fish your confidence.
Fish them in quadrants.
Yeah. Find stuff that you're familiar with, and then fish that.
Like, we've never had to explore a lake so big until now, but I can't think of a better way to do it than what we did it. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, we came out, like, out of the Dayton ramp, out of the inlet to the main river, and we knew from that point 12 miles south.
Yep.
And we had seen it all with our eyes, except for up Hiwassee Creek super far, which is like the biggest creek arm on the river. But I mean, we've seen it all with our eyes, so we know what's there.
Right.
And then today we went the other direction and we went 18 miles. And now we've seen with our eyes everything that's there.
Yeah.
The bank section, you know what I mean?
Well, what we can fish right now.
Yeah, we have a good idea of at least of what it looks like and what there will be at not winter pool. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, when we get all the way to Watts Bar Dam and fish back to where we stopped today, I mean, we have now seen with our eyes probably 40% of the lake.
Yeah.
30, 33, a third of the lake probably.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 18, 20, 30 miles. So, yeah. 40% of the lake.
I mean...
Oh, here comes Ethan with a paragraph. Put some knowledge on us, my dude.
Yeah, we'll sit down.
I'll help you guys out. We only sit down. I would be really interested to see what you're... Southeast lakes. You guys know lakes. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, man.
Well, I think both of those play for sure. I mean...
I think there's an untapped resource here. Resource here with finesse fishing.
Well, yeah, I have two thoughts that are
like true finesse fishing, though. Yeah. Now I'm not talking about like a punching drop shot rig.
I mean, just Michael Neal. I mean, that's all you gotta say. Right?
That's true. I mean, that is weird.
I mean, he's made his living on it.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We agree, Ethan. There's a lot when you fish one area for a super long time.
Yeah,
you stop getting creative, I think. I mean, that's just part of the deal. It's like anything.
Well, you don't have to
do the same job over and over. You're not.
It's second nature. Yeah,
same deal.
I mean,
and you can go make fish bite because you have all these areas. But maybe you're missing something that...
With lakes out there that we fish all the time, like, and I'm sure it's like this with guys at Chick too, but like, lakes out there are so small. Like I could literally tell Paul, like I could be like, "Do you know that tree with that long branch that hangs over that one rock?" And he'd be like, "Yep." I said, "That's where we should start tomorrow."
Yeah.
Like I literally just say that, and he'd know exactly what I'm talking about.
The water clarity is probably another one that's very interesting to me here. I knew just from knowledge of
I think the
watching
water
and stuff
clarity
like
here is
that.
perfect.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying the I'm talking
Oh,
difference.
yeah.
I mean, Diamond Valley, 30, 35 feet sometimes I've seen.
Like 35 feet, and it's as if the water wasn't there.
Right. Like average depth, like you're seeing it at Diamond Valley, most of the year is 20.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
15 to 20 most of the year. And here it's like, from what we've seen so far, the clearest is around the grass, obviously. You're talking 3 feet.
3 to 5, probably. 4 feet.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Perfect.
The thing is, it's tinted and
It's tinted, but it's not stained.
right. It's weird. It's interesting.
It is. It's green, but you
Yeah.
can see through it.
Right.
What we got? You're at a birthday party?
Dude, we should. Whose is it, bro? We'll sing happy birthday.
I am not singing happy birthday, but I'll shout them out, though.
Seriously. Yeah, we'll shout them out.
You're at a birthday party. I appreciate you being on while you're at like another function you were supposed to be
crazy,
at, dude.
bro.
That's service. Service with a smile.
Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into Hennessy because Ethan works at Hennessy Outdoor Electronics. Ho for short, which I absolutely, I mean, I dig the shit out of that, by the way. It's just,
I didn't even
it's
think
amazing.
about that till now.
Really?
Well, I mean, I saw the initials like on the mounts and stuff, but I didn't like maybe it crossed my mind for a half a second, but
What's the matter with you, man? I mean,
losing it.
yeah. Awesome job. I don't know how else to explain it. So we had the power pole charge installed, 2 brand new batteries. So we went up to a 36 volt on the trolling motor, extra battery for starting motor. Also, all the electronics are hooked up to that one now,
Right.
which is awesome. Power pole charge is amazing.
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Freaked out a little bit today because couldn't get the trolling motor to turn on. Realized that the other breaker was turned off. So both the breakers were switched off. But Joe, the other cat there that we worked with, he flipped that switch on, that breaker, but the other breaker was off. That's what I figured it was. I was hoping.
He didn't tell me that. All he told me was trolling motor doesn't work.
Yeah. So,
And then asked, "Where's my headlamp?" I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, we got to figure it out. Anyway,
He's not a real morning person.
no, not.
Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm pretty upset. But when I wake up and I know I'm going fishing, I'm pretty happy. This guy doesn't care. He just pissed off.
It's not true at all.
It's 100% true.
Not really. But anyway, so power pole charge, 2 brand new batteries. They did their wiring harness. So new wiring harness for all the electronics, which
Super
is
dope.
incredible. The big one was, well, besides the charge system, was took the HDS 12 Lowrance off the flush mount in the dash, and they put their single console mount.
Their hoe mount,
The hoe mount. Hoe gets down.
it does get down.
It's actually up. Hoe gets up.
She does.
Anyway, so one thing there's a lot of things that when you get to a place like this, you realize that your boat is ill-equipped
Yeah.
to handle. And one of them is that when you're trying to stay within the channel of this particular river,
Being able to see the screen is huge.
you really need to be able to see the screen. And I had to look over the steering wheel to do that. Now I can just kick back in the seat and I can see it. So
Yeah.
big deal. So
That's
they did
huge.
that for us.
The 36 volt on the trolling motor was huge too.
Like that Ghost trolling motor already has ridiculous amounts of power,
Yeah.
but now it's stupid. It's not stupid for here. It's amazing because of what we're in, because of all the moving water. But my God, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's good. You gotta be on your toes when you put it.
And then they ran some wires for us for a new mounting position for camera that we have to get the rest of it installed. But
yeah,
All of it.
All
Awesome.
around great work.
Oh, man. And they put the electronics on their own kill switch, which I thought was fantastic. And they also wired the active target correctly and ran it to the wake-up wire on the front HDS 12. So now when you turn that on,
The active target turns on.
turns on. Before I had it on accessory switch. It was ridiculous. I forgot all the time.
Yeah.
And it sucks because
now.
it takes a long time for it to fire up. But when it fires up with the HDS 12, as soon as that HDS 12 is up,
It's up.
the active target's
it's
up. So big deal for sure.
They've got a, I mean, they might not think so, but they've got a chore on their hands for the new boat. I'm telling you.
Yeah, every time I think that, I look at some of the work that they do, and I realize that it's pretty much going to be like
Like a Tuesday?
Yeah.
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 Well,
Well, it's going to be like a Tuesday,
adjacent.
Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is going to be a little
I
bit.
do, Ethan, I do need that boat back by the weekend so I can fish.
But we have a lot. I mean, that one's going to have what?
Hardwired camera mounts, basically.
Multiple.
Yeah, multiple.
But also,
Bring it on, he says. My man's got clout.
it's got, we're talking, which is pretty normal for out here, I would think. 4 screens. We're going to have
4 or
It's gonna be
7. We haven't decided that yet.
all Hummingbird this time. Definitely going
No,
Hummingbird.
4 or 5. What am I saying? 4 or 5 screens.
Yeah.
That's
Hummingbird
7. Why did I say 7?
with a 360, Mega 360 on the front, Mega Live on the front, on their turret, which is the what is it called?
Target lock.
Target lock. We'll have that. Power poles, obviously. A couple different switches for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta get the fish song, the TH Marine,
The Hydrowave?
Hydrowave. Yeah,
100% we're getting that.
yeah. We gotta be able to sing to them.
Yeah. Can you load your own sounds?
I hope not.
You know what I'm going to do?
That's not good.
If we can load our own sounds, you know what I'm going to do?
You're gonna record a fart.
I'm going to put on cake farts.
No, you're not.
I'm going to play that to the fish.
No, you're not. Might be pretty amazing.
Ethan, can you load your own sounds onto the Hydrowave?
There is no way they will let you do that.
What are you talking about?
Can you imagine like people like recording like yelling at fish?
Bite it!
What about that? Oh man, that meme, that GIF of that kid. Here, fishy fish. What is it? What's it?
Fishy, fishy, fishy. Yeah.
Fishy, fishy.
What about
Just
that one?
eat the fucking fish.
What about the one? Have you seen that one where he holds up that fish that like got messed up? You gonna go fishing? Have you seen that?
No.
Oh God, it's great.
So yeah, the new Z521R
Yeah.
series
For really cool.
for a lot of like it'll actually hold all of our shit.
Yeah, that's the worst. So much stuff.
I got a question for you, Ethan.
If you're still on.
What do you think? Do you think that MLF and the elites, do you think they're going to take off their horsepower restrictions? They're not doing it this year because they've already put them out. But in all the tournaments, the new tournament rules I've seen, it no longer says 250 max power.
Hold on. What does he say? Some days I want to blast a song that goes. Tracking up. I feel you.
I'm in for that too.
Yeah.
Because now that these boats now that the transom can,
Like
can
they're
hold
Coast
a 300.
Guard approved to hold 300s.
Right. The big boats will run 300s now, and it's legit. How long is it going to take the big tournament series to pull that restriction? Well, basically just to put on that, because all the tournaments,
300.
well, no, because the other tournaments that I've read, the tournament rules state now, instead of 250 max, it says maximum horsepower per
Coast Guard approved for your transom, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter for MLF, right? Because like if they can all have it, they're all going to have it.
I agree. I just don't understand why
they wouldn't.
This rule is somewhat archaic now. They've been able to run 300 for the last 3 years.
Oh, I get it. But what I'm saying is like
the transom, like it's the max power on these transoms is 300.
I have
for a couple of years now.
Like I have the same kind of two thoughts. Like if they let them do it, right? Everyone's going to do it. It's not going to matter.
Right.
So in that case, if they don't do it, everyone just still has 250s. What's it going to matter? My question is, what are the benefits to them all having 300s besides the fact that they can get 8 or 9 more miles per hour and better gas mileage?
Gas mileage. It's more efficient. I mean, that's motor 101, right? I mean, that. Yeah. I mean, me coming from that kind of background,
But the thing is, those guys aren't going to be more efficient because they're still going to be all the way opened up. I know, but that's kind of what I'm getting at.
All right. Well, so I understand your argument. Oh, well, it's not really an argument. I understand
that's my question, kind of.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from because you're right. It doesn't matter. Here's where it matters. Where it matters is, guy goes out and buys a boat, puts 300 on it. If he then decides at some point that he wants to try and do this whole tournament thing, and he wants to go and fish.
He can't.
MLF in any of their series, right?
Yeah.
Weekenders or not, or Bassmaster, whatever. He can't.
No.
And
he should have thought about that.
$30,000 problem.
There you go. He says something right now.
Yeah. I mean, but we've got 21s with 300s now. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I agree. It's funny because they used to build a 22.
Ranger?
I don't know if it was Ranger. I can't remember who it was. It was around for like a year. The problem was, I don't know at what point, 1 foot. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's perception, bigger's better, whatever. But I mean,
definitely more stable.
Yeah, I mean, this new R is super stable, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that 522D. So I saw that when I went down there originally, set the appointment.
Wasn't that a few years ago they did that?
I don't know when this thing is bananas.
I remember us talking about they had a 22-foot boat. But I don't know when that was.
Oh yeah, that thing is a tank. Joe was showing me, or talking to me about it, because I'm looking at it, and me and him I'm like, what's different about that boat out there? Because when I walk up to it, to the front of the gunnel,
that deep as
it comes up to my shoulders.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and he's like, dude, this thing is heavy, and he was telling me, your guys' tractor was having problems moving it.
That's crazy.
So that needs a 300, 1,000%.
Yeah, especially if it's that much heavier.
It wasn't widely known, that 522.
We talked about it.
I took a picture of it. It doesn't do it any justice.
Yeah.
But the front clip that you clip to the front of the trailer is like 2 feet below
the deck,
the
gunnel,
the nose of the boat.
Yeah,
it's insane how big this thing is.
It's wild.
Fucking insane. It's awesome.
It's like a walleye boat.
Well, that's what Joe said. It was like they built. I think he made mention of it. Is that they built that boat like it's got a multi-species
label on it.
No, it's a multi-species hull.
Right. Like a walleye boat.
With a bass boat.
Does it have windshields?
No. No. It looks just like it looks just like ours, except 22 feet.
Look, man, I'm not opposed to windshield.
A tank.
Yes, I am. That's a dumb statement.
Ridiculous.
But look, man, I just see those walleye guys, and don't get me wrong, I never want to fish for a walleye. But they are so comfortable rolling down Mille Lacs because they have a windshield.
And they got a really deep V.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to be said for it. I mean, Ranger, I think this last year with the 21R, the 20 and the 21R, that hull is supposed to be the most stable hull they've ever built. And it's the fastest.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to find out because that's the boat we're going with. I'm going to trip every time I try and get up on the front of the boat. That's the only thing that pisses me off about that boat.
Big step.
That step is massive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every other boat that has a deep hull now, Skeeter does it, they all have a second step. I don't know. I'll get used to it eventually, but it's just weird. It's just super weird. But every other part about that boat's dope.
Yeah.
You know.
The electronic locking.
We're going to have to check in on that.
That's, I mean, like.
I know it's gotten alarmed.
Ethan, if you're still on, dude, is there any way that if it doesn't have it, we can have like a key fob to unlock the latches on the lids?
To lock the latches, yeah. Or lock and unlock. Just like you're locking and unlock doors.
Like a car, yeah. Like, can I be like, unlock, and it unlocks all lids? Because let me tell you, that's my least favorite part of the morning. Yeah, it's like I had to hit like 8 lids. It's like on my knees on that dumb carpet.
Something I've never had to do on this boat.
That's real dumb.
Till now, because it was always in a garage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. But in any case, if you guys are in this area at all, I'm talking Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, and you can drive your boat down here and have these dudes work on it at Hennessy, do it. Don't even think twice about it. These guys are amazing.
I'm going to bust open the SPRO pack.
Yes, we got to do that before we get out of here.
For the giveaway on the website, if you haven't done so, go to our website, enter your email. You're going to put in for a chance to get this stuff.
Ditchpanda.com. It's right down there.
Yeah, right there.
You can look.
Look at it right there.
It says ditchpanda.com.
Also, if you guys want me to give away some inland baits right now, tell me.
Okay.
I think Siren Marine makes a fob, but it doesn't lock the lids. It just arms it.
Well, because
remember when I said I had some ideas? I got
Ranger used to have an alarm system. I know that because my friend Art, that guide, out there, his Ranger, he could arm it with the keypad.
Yeah.
On the boat, and then at the very minimum, it would just, if someone tried to open the lid, it was on a pin, like we used to do with car audio back in the day.
And it would go off.
Yeah.
That'd probably be efficient enough.
Well, give you some time to load it up, or give you some time to put the gun off safe.
Yeah. If someone opens the lid and a loud alarm goes off, they're going to run.
They better.
They better get pretty far, too.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
We got scopes.
I can take my pick, too. Okay, so this SPRO bag, just so you guys know, for the big giveaway.
And tell your friends. Tell your family.
Yeah, I mean, sign up. It's not just right now. You can sign up. We're going to be doing this.
It's just email, man. You guys don't even have
How long are we going to let them sign up for till we pull the names?
Probably like 2 weeks.
We do 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from today. So we got this SPRO digital scale, 65-pound max. It's got the clip, which is dope. So it's not just a hook. Pretty dope. It takes AAA batteries, and they're included. So that's like a little bonus.
That's kind of nice.
Right there.
Easy.
It's also got a measuring tape on it, 40 inch. Huh, I didn't see that before. Cool. So cool little scale. 2.
Nope. Back.
2 of the Fat Papa Walker 130s. One of them in chrome and one of them in like a midnight blue color. What color is that?
Navy blue.
Blackbird.
Like
Red winged Blackbird. So this is their spook style walking bait. You guys can see them right here. Boom, 130s.
That's a good point, Ray.
We got an Aruka shad. It's one of my favorite lipless. This is the silent one, some 5/8, and it is in Wild Shiner. Great color. Matches basically any baitfish.
We'll put pictures up.
Yeah, we'll put pictures up on Instagram.
On our social media.
Yeah. Then you got the Zero Minnow 130, which is their wake bait.
It's a little wake bait. Looks like a jerk bait.
It's in chrome olive. Good color. It's like greenback chrome. A little wake bait. Big guy too, 130. And you got the jerk bait, the Mike McClellan mixed stick, 110. That's a good looking bait, man.
That's right. Caught all those fish at the end of the day on.
3 to 5 feet suspending. That's in Blue Bandit. It's like sexy shad, basically.
Put hooks on it.
Put hooks on it. And we have a plethora of soft plastics. These are... Well, I'm going to show you the other ones first, because that's ridiculous. So these are pintail sticks, 5.5. They're like Senko style bait with a rat tail. All right, you got watermelon red. You got them in green pumpkin, 2 green pumpkins, 1 watermelon red. And then you got their quivering stick and what I would like to call the, I don't know, what do they call it? The pintail stick. Oh, it's not the thin stick. This thing is ridiculous. You look at that?
Yeah, it's big.
That's like, it's like the diameter of a dime. Yeah. You guys can't really see it, but that's their 5-inch. That's like on a jig, like a big jig head. So pack of that. These are those little like grub style baits. CJ Smasher.
Little paddle tail,
Just
right?
a little paddle. Like
paddle tail.
Yeah, it's like a smash tail, like grub style.
It's like a manatee.
You got them in like a red
blood
green pumpkin pink, chartreuse white, and then that's that split tail kind of trailer deal. You got that in cinnamon mint, morning dawn, nasty shad.
Ooh, it's nasty.
Nasty, and you got a couple stickers in here too, some SPRO stickers, and then you get this sweet bait bag, which I actually really dig the camo. It's dope. It's like that old jungle camo from the friggin' Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good bait bag actually.
I mean, come on.
It's a lot.
They gave it to us. We're giving it to you.
Yeah.
We're passing it on.
Yeah.
And we did. Well, we used. Well, obviously, all the baits we used, we kept. We're not giving you used baits. But,
Yeah, I'm not in the business of giving out used baits.
But hey, man, all you gotta do is sign up for email on our website.
Yeah.
Super simple.
And we'll give them away. Because that's what we do.
Just in time for Christmas.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could this is a cheap way to get Christmas presents. Look at that. For the fishermen in your life.
Yeah.
Nobody said they wanted me to do a giveaway, so I guess we're not doing that.
Yeah, well, we'll wait for the next one.
Yeah. Snooze, you lose, guys. I'll tell you. I was going to give away 3 packs of baits.
We just had a lot of baits come in from Brent at Inland Baits.
Yeah, we got, $200
or over $200 in baits that were literally just to give away.
I think it's like 70 packs of baits, I think.
I think it was 60
packs of baits.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 60 packs of baits I got to give away, and nobody said they wanted to give away.
Oh well.
Hey man, that's fine.
Do another time.
More for everybody else.
Yeah. More for everybody that says hi at the boat dock.
That's true. Actually, if you guys are watching and you're from here or anywhere, and you ever see us out, come say hi. We'll give you free stuff.
Yeah, because we got it.
That's how we do it.
That's literally why we got that stuff.
Yeah, we just give away stuff. It's free. It's fun. I talk to you. I want to talk. Say hello.
Our sponsors give us stuff to give to you.
We give it to you.
It's pretty awesome.
We fish it.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
Well, it's our own bait color too.
Yeah,
and we did.
That's why it's called Panda juice.
We did only get Panda juice because we're giving away our color only.
To be fair, I still stand that color will work in any water clarity.
I agree.
That's why it's there.
Yeah.
So that's why
we did it.
Yeah.
Like that. That's it. Go to Inland Baits. It's right there. See that thing? It's so weird to do this. Inlandbaits.com. Go buy our Panda juice. Or just wait around for us at a dock, I guess. It'd be weird.
Pick one random. We're going to be at a random one tomorrow.
We are.
Around the Ray County area of Tennessee.
Yeah.
If you want a few packs of baits, go wait all day.
It's messed up, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Well, maybe they'll get lucky. You never know.
Never can tell.
And we'll be back on the couch for the Tennessee-Georgia game.
Yeah, I've got a bet on that game.
We'll talk about that next time, too.
Or not.
Probably not. It's a terrible bet.
It's
actually an amazing bet.
It's a win-win for me, my man.
But we cannot talk about it.
No, I'm not going to talk about
YouTube.
It. Only because I can't talk about it, because if I talk about it, I have to show you, and I can't show you.
Yeah.
But I would like my hydro wave to play cake farts.
It's a weird thing, man.
What if we played that on the hydrowave and we just got so many bites?
Everybody would want it.
Yeah. Everybody needs to see it.
Don't go see it. No, you should. Everybody should see that.
It is the single best piece of filmography ever put anywhere.
You hold your tongue.
Nope.
We have a YouTube channel.
Guy, it's better.
It's high praise. It's high
I'm
praise.
just saying, man, it's better. Don't watch it. Watch it. But I am not responsible, okay?
We're not pimping cake farts or obscure bets or alcohol or anything that might kick us off of YouTube.
What alcohol?
Nothing. I mean, you had Diet Coke and water with lemon in it.
You saw me pour Diet Coke into this cup. There's a cherry in the bottom of his. You guys weren't here when he knocked his lemon in and was upset.
It happens. Thanks for everybody for coming in, joining, hanging out.
We appreciate it, man.
Bullshitting with us, as always. To all of our sponsors, Inland Baits, Bag of Bull Beef Jerky. Go check them out. Links are in the descriptions and stuff.
And stuff.
And Hennessy is not our sponsor, but they're badass, and you should go and have them do stuff because they're amazing. Ethan over there is rad. Joe's rad. They're all good guys. They're all, you could sit there and talk to them all day. I had to leave because I knew I was wasting their time. But it was a really cool place. Very different from
anything in California?
Yeah, probably. That's fine. Probably shouldn't say that, but it's very different. It's as if they like you, which is a welcome change.
It is nice.
Service departments.
You know what? It's not even that they like you. It's as if they have time to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, that's different.
Yeah,
something that I'm not used to.
Yeah,
it's more like, hey,
I'm still getting used to it.
Can I get an oil change? They're like, yep, we have an appointment in 3 months. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
3 months? What are you talking about?
Yeah, here you're like, can I get an oil change? They're like,
you can't work me in?
Here they'll be like, can I get an oil change? They'll be like, yeah, man, I don't have to eat lunch today. We'll do it right now.
Dude, it's not even that. Like, we bring the boat down to Hennessy. They say, look, we'll bring it in on Wednesday. You'll have it back on Thursday night. Rad. Dude, they called me Wednesday night. Hey, bro, it's done.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make it down to get it.
Right.
Like, I didn't have time to go at that point because they close at 5. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like how badass is this? Hennessy. Almost all the pros on the East Coast bring their shit to them.
True.
To have them done every year.
At
when
least
they get
here,
boat.
like in the south.
At least here in this
Southeast,
area.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And yet they still always have appointments available for like that week, or they'll take appointments even that day sometimes.
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know, man. Again, we're not paid by them, obviously. We just met them. They're cool as hell. They do great work. And they do it in a timely fashion, which is amazing.
Service with a smile. That's what I said.
Yeah. So, anyway. That's it, man.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Hell yes, Inland Baits.
We'll leave you guys with that. Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time, we out.
See ya.